by the title, you probably have figured out that I'm going to do a reading vlog. This is my first time doing a reading vlog, and I hope it goes well. I'm kind of excited. This is going to be seeing how a mood reader gets through her reading month. Like, I have a TBR. Let's see how much I stray from it. I already have. And let's see how I choose which book I'm gonna read next. All the things I want to have a record of how I do this, because at the end of the month, sometimes I'm like, I only read 3 books. Why did I only read 3 books? I don't understand. I have all these books that I need to finish. So let's see how this goes. And there might not be a lot of B-roll or any of that. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm just going to let you know what I'm reading, what I think of it as I'm going through it, and letting you know what each book is. So, the one I've already strayed with, by the way, it's not August 1st yet, so maybe I can get this done. I mean, it's the 30th. Let's face it, it's going to get done during August. I am listening to The House in the Cerulean Sea. I am only 26 minutes into it. My friend Kim has wanted me to read this book for so long, and I finally got it from my cloud library. So I'm gonna listen to this while I'm getting ready for the day. He had another because their 15-minute lunch break had been used up by standing in line. But still, it was September. The holidays were still months away. Now, according to Miss Jenkins, they wanted him personally. Never heard that happening before. It couldn't possibly mean anything good. Miss Jenkins looked as if she were waiting for a response. He didn't know what to say, so he said, maybe there's been a mistake. A mistake. Miss Jenkins repeated, a mistake. Yes. It's extremely upper management doesn't make mistakes. Got their separate. There was that, yes. Then, I don't know. Miss Jenkins wasn't pleased by his answer. It struck Linus then that she didn't know any more than she was telling him, and for reasons he didn't want to explore, the very idea gave him a nasty little thrill. Granted, it was tinged with unimaginable terror, but it was there nonetheless. He didn't know what kind of person that made him. Oh, Linus, his mother had told him once. It's never polite to revel in the suffering of others. What a terrible thing to do. He never allowed himself to revel. You don't know, Miss Jenkins said, sounding as if she were gearing up to strike. Perhaps you lodged a complaint of some kind? Perhaps you don't appreciate my supervisory technique and thought you could go above my head? Is that it, Mr. Big? No, ma'am. Do you like my supervisory technique? Absolutely not. Yes. Gunther scratched his pencil along his knuckle. What exactly do you like about my supervisory technique? Miss Jenkins asked. Conundrum. Linus didn't like to lie about anything. Even little white lies caused his head to ache. And once one started lying, it became easier to do it again and again, until one had to keep track of hundreds of lies. It was easy to be honest. But then there came times of great need, such as this one. And it wasn't like he had to wait until 5:30 before he too began to wrap up the day. The room was mostly empty by then, though he could still see the light on in Miss Jenkins' office at the far end. He was thankful he wouldn't have to pass by as he left. He didn't think he could handle another face-to-face work today. Once his computer screen was dark, he stood and lifted his coat from the back of his chair. He pulled it on, groaned when he remembered he left his umbrella at home. From the sound of it, the rain still had let up. If he hurried, he'd still be able to make the bus. He only bumped into 6 desks and 4 different rows on his way out, but he made sure to put them back in their places. It would have to be another salad for him tonight. No dressing. He missed the bus. He saw its taillights through the rain as it rumbled down the street. The advertisement on the back of a smiling woman saying, see something, registration helps everyone. Still clear even through the rain. Of course, he muttered to himself. There would be another one in 15 minutes. He held his briefcase by his head and waited. He stepped off the bus, which had forced him 10 minutes late, at the stop a few blocks from his house. He was there, sunflowers in the flower bed at the front, tall things that swayed in the cool breeze, though they were closed now against the coming heat and dreary rain. It had rained for weeks on end, mostly an uncomfortable drizzle interspersed with a tedious downpour. It wasn't much, but it belonged to Linus and no one else. He stopped at the mailbox out front to grab the day's mail. It looked as if it were all advertisements addressed impersonally to resident. Linus couldn't remember the last time he received a letter. He climbed up on the porch and was uselessly shaking the water from his coat when his name was called from the house next door. He sighed, wondering if he could get away with pretending he hadn't heard. Don't you even think about it, Mr. Baker, she said. I know what you mean, Mrs. Clapper. Edith Clapper, a woman of an undiscernible age, though he thought she'd gone past old into the fabled land of ancient, sat on her porch in her terry cloth bathrobe, pipe lit in her hand as it usually was, smoke curling up around her roof. She had to let cough into a tissue that probably should have started an hour before. You can't within my yard again chasing the squirrels. You know how I feel about that. Goliath does what she wants, he reminded her. I have no control over her. Perhaps you should try. Mrs. Clapper snapped at him. Right. I'll get on that immediately. Are you sassing me, Mr. Baker? I wouldn't even dream of it. He dropped it often. I thought not. Are you in for the night? Yes, Mrs. Clapper. No dates again, huh? His hand tightened around the handle of his briefcase. No dates. No lucky lady friend? She sucked at her pipe and blew the thick smoke out her nose. Oh, forgive me. It must have slipped my mind. Not one for the ladies, are ya? It hadn't slipped her mind. No, Mrs. Clapper. My grandson is an accountant. Very stable, mostly. He does have a tendency toward rampant alcoholism, but will not judge his vices. Accounting is all at work. All those numbers. I'll have him call you. I'd prefer if you didn't. She cackled. Too good for him then. Linus spluttered. I don't have time for such things. Mrs. Clapper scoffed. Perhaps you should consider making time, Mr. Baker. Being alone at your age isn't healthy. I hate to think of what would happen if you were to blow your brains out. It hurt the resale value of the whole neighborhood. I'm not depressed. She looked him up and down. You aren't. Why on earth not? Is there anything else, Mrs. Clapper? Linus asked through gritted teeth. She waved a hand dismissively at him. Fine then, go. Put on your pajamas and that old record player of yours and dance around the living room with you two. I asked you to stop watching me through my window. Of course you did, she said. She sat back in her chair and stuck her pipe between her lips. Of course you did. Good night, Mrs. Clapper. He called as he slid the key into the doorknob. He didn't wait for a response. He shut the door behind him and locked it tight. Calliope, a thing of evil, sat on the edge of his bed, black tail twitching as she watched him with bright green eyes. She started purring. In most cats, it would be a soothing sound. In Calliope, it indicated devious plotting involving nefarious deeds. You aren't supposed to be in the yard next door, he scolded her as he slid out his suit coat. She continued purring. He found her one day almost 10 years back, a tiny kitten under his porch, screeching as if her tail were on fire. Thankfully it wasn't, but as soon as he crawled underneath the porch, she kissed it down, black hair on her back standing on end as she marched. Rather than waiting with a face filled with kitten scratch fever, he backed quickly out and returned to his house, deciding that if he ignored her long enough, she'd move on. She hadn't. Instead, she spent most of that night yelling. He tried to sleep. She was too loud. He pulled the pillow over his head. It didn't help. Eventually, he grabbed a flashlight in her room, bent on popping the cat until she left. She was waiting for him on board. surprise, he dropped the broom. She walked into his house as if she belonged, and she never left. No matter how many times I threatened her. 6 months later, he finally gave up. By then, the house was filled with toys and a litter box, and little dishes with calliope printed on the sides for food and water. He couldn't quite be sure how it happened, but there it was. Mrs. Clapper will get you one day, he told her as he slid out his wet clothes, and I won't be here to save you. You'll be feasting on a squirrel, and she'll... Okay, I don't know what she'll do, but it'll be something. And I won't feel sad in the slightest. She blinked slowly. He sighed. Fine. A little sad. He put on his pajamas, buttoning out the front. They were monogrammed with an LB on the breast, a gift from the department after 15 years of service. He selected them out of a catalog he'd been given on the day of. The catalog had 2 pages inside. One page was the pajamas. The second page was a candle holder. He selected the pajamas. He always wanted to own something monogrammed. He picked up the wet clothes and left the room. The loud thump behind him told him he was being followed. He dropped his soiled work garments in the washing machine and set it to soak while he made dinner. I don't need an accountant, he told Calliope as she wound between his legs. I have other things to think about, like tomorrow. This is I must always worry about tomorrows. He moved inside the things to the old Victrola. He flipped through the records sitting in the drawer underneath before finding what he wanted. He slid it out of his sleeve and set it on the turntable before bringing down the needle. Soon, the Everly Brothers began to sing that all they had to do was dream. He swayed back and forth as he headed toward the kitchen. Dry fruit for Calliope, salad from a bag for Linus. He cheated, but just a little. A splash of dressing never hurt anyone. Whenever I want you, he sang quietly. All I have to do is dream. If one were to ask if Linus Baker was lonely, he would have scrunched up his face in surprise. The thought would be foreign, almost shocking, and though the smallest of lies hurt his head and made his stomach twist, there was a chance he would still say no, even though he was, and almost desperately so. And maybe part of him would believe it. He'd accepted long ago that some people, no matter how good their heart was or how much love they had to give, would always be alone. It was their lot in life, and Linus had figured out at the age of 27 that it seemed to be that way for him. Oh, there was no specific event that brought along this line of thinking. It was just that he felt different than others, like he was faded in a crystal clear world. He wasn't meant to be seen. He accepted it back then, and now he was 40 with high blood pressure and a spare tire around his middle. Sure, there were times when he stared at himself in the mirror, wondering if he could see what others could not. He was pale. His dark hair was kept short and neat, though it seemed to be thinning on the top. He had lines around his mouth and eyes. His cheeks were full. The spare tire looked as if it fit on a scooter, though if you weren't careful, it turned into one long glory. He looked, well, he looked like most everyone else by the time he reached 40. As he ate his salad with a drop or two of dressing in his tiny kitchen in his tiny house, while the Everly Brothers began to ask little Susie to wake up little Susie, worrying about what tomorrow would bring with extremely upper management. The thought of being lonely didn't even cross Linus Baker's mind. After all, there were people with far less than what he had. There was a roof over his head and rabbit food in his belly, and his pajamas were monogrammed. Besides, it was neither here nor there. He didn't have time to sit in silence and think such crazy thoughts. Sometimes silence was the loudest of all, and that would not do. Instead of allowing his thoughts to wander, he lifted the copy he kept at home of Rules and Regulations, all 947 pages of it, purchased for nearly $200. He had a copy at work, but it seemed right to have one for his house as well, and began to read the tiny print. Whatever tomorrow would bring, it was best to be prepared. 3. The next morning, he was early to the office by nearly 2 hours. No one else had yet arrived, most likely still tucked away safely in their beds without a care in the world. He went to his desk, sat down, and turned on his computer. The familiar green light did nothing to comfort him. He tried to get as much work done as he could, constantly aware of the clock above, ticking by each and every second. The room began to fill at a quarter till 8. Miss Jenkins arrived at precisely 8 o'clock, heels clicking on the floor. Linus slunk down in his seat, but he could feel her eyes on him. He tried to work. It really did. The green words were a blur on the screen in front of him. Even the rules and regulations couldn't calm him down. At exactly 8:45, he stood from his chair. The people at the desks around him turned and stared. He ignored them, swallowing thickly as he picked up his briefcase and walked down the rows. Sorry, he muttered with every desk he bumped into. Apologies. So sorry. Is it just me or are the desks getting closer together? Sorry. So sorry. Miss Jenkins stood in the doorway to her office as he left the room, bent there beside her, scratching his long pencil on the clipboard. The offices of extremely upper management were located on the 5th floor. On the side. He debated briefly before pressing the button. A loud button.
Okay, so I've got my makeup done. I'm going to probably go get some breakfast, and then I need to work on my room a little bit. I have a lot of clothes to put away. If you're new here, I have multiple chronic pain issues, so things take me a lot longer to do than most. I've lived in this house for 2 years, still unpacking, and I've been decluttering and all of that. So, and I've gotten rid of like 6 bags of clothes. I have more clothes to go through, and some other like tidying up in the room today. So I'll be listening to more of the house on in the Cerulean Sea today. I forgot to tell you what the book is about. For shame. Who is trying to get a hold of me here? For those who don't know what this book is about, Linus Baker is a by-the-book caseworker in the department in charge of magical youth. He's tasked with determining whether 6 dangerous magical children are likely to bring about the end of the world. Arthur Parnassus is the master of the orphanage. He would do anything to keep the children safe, even if it means the world will burn and his secrets will come to light. The House in the Cerulean Sea is an enchanting love story masterfully told about the profound experience of discovering an unlikely family in an unexpected place and realizing that family is yours. I've been told multiple times this is a really cute book, so I'm excited. So far, I'm like, Linus? People are mean to him. Poor guy. Anyways, so I will check in with you later. Well, today has been non-stop. I went out to lunch, went to TJ Maxx. I think I already told you all that. And then took my cat to the vet. for being 17 years old, they all say he looks amazing, very well taken care of. Ears, teeth, eyes, everything looks really good. So they did blood work. It's going to be Friday when I find out. Today is Wednesday. Hopefully we get some answers with blood. If not, we'll have to figure something else out. I just want my baby boy to be okay. I know he's old, but he doesn't act old. So I'm like, he's young. Anyways, I've been working on my reading journal, or trying to, but things have been not going my way. So I thought I would listen to more of the audiobook. We only got 50% in, not 50%, 50 minutes in. So I'm like, well, while I'm filling out my TBR and some other things in my reading journal, I might as well listen to the Cerulean Sea. So I thought I would let you guys know, and I will check back in and give you my thoughts on the book. All right, y'all, it is 8:30. Just took off all my makeup, did the skincare. I just I'm gonna, you guys are already gonna see it, so I'm apologizing way after, but so sorry for a 35-minute TBR jar video. I was struggling, and I took out a lot of footage, so that's what's crazy. Anyways, if you end up watching it, bless you. May all the good things come to you. If I only had little fairy powers. All right, so I'm here for a reason. I am, let's get the book cover back, going to be starting. I'm trying to find the book cover. Oh, it's not in color. It's all right. A Dawn of Onyx. This is on the TBR. So I'm going to at least get one chapter. I try to get 2 chapters a night in. Doesn't always happen. So I will let you know what I think. If I don't come back with thoughts, it's probably because I have none yet. I did listen to an hour and a half of the Cerulean Sea book today, and I think it's about to get to the part where we're going to meet the magical children, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, I'm going to try to get through the 2 chapters. Even though I read these 2 chapters a year ago, I don't remember a thing. All right, I will check in later. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. I work again tomorrow. Boo. Good morning. It is Thursday, July 31st. Almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been working since 8, and I'm just now feeling like I could listen to an audiobook. So I'm gonna start listening to more of the House on the Cerulean Sea, or In the Cerulean Sea. Always mess up that title. And we'll see how much I can get listened to. And I will let you know my thoughts as I go on through my day. I love listening to audiobooks when I'm working. It helps make the day go by faster. So hopefully this book starts to get even more interesting. Oh, I only read 1 chapter of A Dawn of Onyx last night. It was a long chapter, but I'm pretty sure I never read the whole first chapter. I kept thinking I read at least 2 chapters of that book last year. No, I never got through the first chapter. I just got through half of the first chapter, and I am way more into it now than I was then. So I'm glad I didn't like completely DNF it. So yeah, I'm liking it. she's a healer, and in this world that she lives in, all the men have been taken from the town to fight the war. And this town is a very poor town. And she's already questioning, like, why would the king of Onyx, who's got riches, like he's got the jewels, he's got money, he's got anything and everything you would ever want in a kingdom. And the first town he goes to take over is this one that is like poor. People are sick and dying because they're starving, all that kind of a thing. So I'm really curious to find out what the reasoning is why that this town is the one that he attacked at first. And also, you know, I want to know more about all that. She sprinkled in like thoughts of like each land, and why like those should have been attacked before for her town or whatever. So I'm intrigued. Also, it's funny already. Like there's some snarkiness, and I just love that. And yeah, so oh, and right now she's worried that it's been months and none of the men have returned, so they all just assume that they're dead. So they're worried that next the women are going to be pulled to go to war. And she's very worried about leaving her sick mother. And she doesn't want her younger sister to be a part of war or go into war. So yeah, it sounds very interesting. And I look forward to reading more of that. Anyways, I need to get back to work. And I will check in later. I'm loving this book. Oh my god, it's so cute and so funny. He's meeting all these like magical creature people, whatever you want to call them. Like he's met a fairy or sprite, I should say, and then a gnome, and the gnome is cracking me up. I'm loving it. I'm so glad I'm finally reading this book. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm just sitting here giggling while I'm working. What better way to work, right? Oh, I love it. Oh, and I got some book mail. So, we will open those maybe during my lunch break or after work, because we never know how much time I have during my lunch break. So anyways, I just had to let you know that I am loving this book. It is so cute. Hello, it is 12:35. I'm taking a break from the audiobook. I'm going to listen to more of it today, but I'm really loving this. We've met all the kids. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this, and I'm loving it so much. I don't know why it's taken me this long to get to it. I had lunch. It took me longer to make lunch than I expected it, so I didn't get to do the book haul. I did make myself, I am fighting a cold, so I did make myself a cup of tea. This is my Morley Gray. It's one of my favorite tropes. Morley Gray male character, main male character. I don't know if I've even read a female Morley Gray. Probably. Just hasn't stand out to me. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to try to get through the rest of this day, and I'll let you know if I listen to some more of the Cerulean Sea. I probably will, but I'm just needing a break right now, and I'm feeling like crap, so I'm just gonna listen to some music instead, try to pump myself up. Anyways, talk to you later. Okay, so checking in. Oops, wrong way. I read 2 of the I am a cat barista stories. Oh my gosh, this is such a cute and sweet manga. So the first one is a girl fed up at work, being treated horribly by her boss. She's not sleeping because she's so stressed out and absolutely hates her job. And out of nowhere, this cat cafe pops up and she's like, has this always been here? So she goes in and sits down at the bar. She's the only one there. And she's like, oh my God, you're a cat. Like, the owner is a cat. And she's like, is there a menu? And he's like, no menu. I just give you my recommended drink for what I feel you need. And she's like, okay. And he ends up giving her honey milk. And he's like, this will help you sleep. And she's like, how'd you know I needed sleep? He's like, I guess because I'm a cat. I just can sense what people need. And I think he makes her a second honey milk, and she ends up going home and getting lots of sleep and feeling like she could take on the world the next day. Then the next story is a college girl who is very shy, hides in her books, has a crush on a boy that goes to her university, but never talks to him, and he's always got his head in a book. And so the cat barista gives her a strong coffee with lots of sugar, and he tells her, like, they chatted how like how he got his confidence was from drinking very sweet black coffee. And so she drinks it, and then the next day she takes it. She has, like, you know, the travel mugs of it, and she goes and she asks the boy in class what he's reading, and then she stutters over her, like, she's anxious about it, but she does it. And they just start talking easily about the book, and they both love this book, and that's how it ends. So it's like, yay, it worked. So I'm like, can I get this cafe in my town? Because if he can just give me a drink that can fix my problems, that would be wonderful. Like, can you please? So I'm like 30 some pages in. This is like 100 and something page book. I want to show you some of the cuteness. So this is the girl that was just hating life because there's her mean boss. But yeah, she's just like so sad. Let's see what else I can get you. Sorry, I'm holding the camera and I have arthritic hands and they don't like holding this camera. Here we go. We'll give you the barista making the coffee. I like that in the beginning. Manga is always in black and white, just so you know. But in the beginning, the first 2 pages were in color. I'm like, I love it. I love it. So pretty. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna, like, in between doing things, I'm gonna pick it up, read another story. I don't know what is wrong with the focus on this camera all of a sudden. Are you dying on me? I've had this camera for a long time. Anyways, if focus goes in and out, I'm very sorry. I don't know what the problem is. Anyways, I'm going to pick that up in between doing things, and right now I'm going to go put some makeup on, paint my nails, hang up some clothes. I'm going to do all that while listening to more of The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've got 6 hours left of that. So I'd like to get a good chunk of that done and finish it off tomorrow at work. So that's it for now. I'll check in later to let you know how things are going. Okay, so I've been listening to The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I still have 5 hours left. I did my makeup, put on some nail polish. It's called Mermaid Bait. It's very shifty, and I love it. And I went a little bold with the eyeshadow today, but I mean, it's the weekend. I'm not going anywhere. Might as well have fun. All right, so what I need to do is put all of these clothes away. That's all my bedding that I bought these things that you can put all your bedding in and then close it up and put it up on a shelf, because my bedding was basically falling off the top shelf of the closet. So I'm gonna get all of those into the little case thing. And I need to hang up the clothes. And I'm gonna continue listening to the Cerulean Sea. I'm loving it. Linus, the caseworker, is finding himself. He's no longer a grumpy, stuck in the mud, like no friends, no thoughts of what happens to the orphanages after he shuts them down. Like, he doesn't think about where the kids went and all that. And now he's like seeing this family of completely different people. Like, there's a fae or a pixie. What do they call them? No, a sprite. Yes. Meow meow. There's Sassy. And Mr. Tobes is coming somewhere. Are you coming out from under the bed? Meow meow. Anyways, he was rudely interrupting me. He's caring about these kids, and he's getting a crush on the guy who takes care of the kids, and I'm loving it. And he's also like feeling differently about himself, and that he could actually have friends and have people care about him like he cares for them. I'm like, I love this. It's so sweet. I hear I will love Linus even more at the end of the story, so I'm looking forward to hearing more about this little crazy family, because we have a sprite, a gnome, a wyvern, which the wyvern is small. I'm like, wyverns are huge in most fantasy books. We've got Lucifer at 6 years old, and crap, I don't know what the one guy, I just see him as an octopus, but he's not an octopus. But anyways, they're all like these different monsters or fantastical creatures. So I think it's cute. I love it, and I'm just gonna keep enjoying, and I'll let you know more of my thoughts as it goes through, or I might not let you say much more until after I finish the book, but we'll see. Also, I'm wearing my Inklings bookstore shirt, local indie bookstore. Well, local as in 45 minutes from me. Anyways, I'm gonna go and start working on my room. By the way, it is Sunday, August the 3rd. I forgot to say that when I first started filming today. Hey, girl. You're fine, Sassy. What the fuck? Kid. Now, this didn't go as well as I thought it would go. They showed on a video on Amazon that all you have to do is just toss them. You don't even have to fold them and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. You have to fold, and you only can get like one set. Like, this is my rock star set. It's got guitars and stars and all that on it. I was hoping to get more than one set in a thingy, but it's okay. At least it still will be better than just thrown up in the closet.
Nothing, right? I should just go back to sleep. That would be the best thing for everyone. For all I know, this is something that happens all the time. The bed tilted sharply to the right, and Linus barely managed to shout before he hit the floor, pillows and blankets raining down around him. He groaned as he rolled over onto his back. Calliope licked his thinning hair. He never understood why.
Hi. It's been quite a few days. It is Friday, the 8th of August. My health has made it a little difficult to get much done. I basically was just surviving to get through my work days. I won't go into what was all wrong, but I did read a little bit here and there, not a lot until today. I did read I've been doing the cat barista. I am a cat barista. Like one chapter at a time because they're different stories, and I'm like, I've read this much, right? Yeah, this much. And I have this much to go. I am on, crap. Wait, I was showing wrong. My phone is blowing up right now for some reason. Yeah, it doesn't tell me what chapter it is. It was doing that earlier. Anyways, I am loving this so much that I might have to go look for the third book because I have this first two. Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to give my reading. Oh, it's Marco Polos. All sorts of people. I got 2 different Marco Polos. Anyway, I'm loving that. But, ooh, sorry. I've basically just been picking it up randomly and like reading one story at a time. I just don't feel the need to like rush through it. I'm enjoying it, and it will be done way before the end of the month, so I'm not rushing. I don't remember where I left off. I didn't want to open up my Kindle. I think I've only read two, maybe 3 chapters of this. I'm just not in the mood to read it for some reason. And I'm pretty sure that I have maybe 4 days left on Libby. So if that ends up disappearing before I'm finished with the book, I did find the audiobook on Spotify. I'm a premium member, so I get, I think, 15 hours. Or is it 11 hours? I think it's 11 hours, which I think is lame. And since I'm going to be a couple of chapters in already, I can just skip to it and then maybe finish it through audiobook. Loving this. Yeah, it doesn't really show much, but I have read 7 chapters, listened to 7 chapters, and I am in love with the narrator of Bjorn. He says it's Bjorn. Bjorn. I always said Bjorn, and I'm like, Bjorn. That's how he really says it. And Freya. I love their accents. I'm like really intrigued if they are Scandinavian, or if they're just really good with accents. I need to look into the two narrators of the audiobook. I so wish I listened to it with the first book. I might just have to buy it and listen to it anyways, even though I know how it's gonna go, because I'm loving him so much. He's so scrumptious, the way he talks. I'm like, just speak to me. I don't even care what you say. Anyway, I should let you guys hear a little bit of it. Let me see. I'm going to just give you a little bit because I don't want to do copyrights and all that crap. And I'm gonna... Okay, I only read up to the 6th, all the way through 6th chapter. Chapter 6. But I'm gonna go back to like chapter 1, so it's not so... It's chapter 2 where he's talking.
Chapter 2. Jan. Clear sky shone overhead as we pushed the Drakkar onto the beach. Every muscle in my body ached, and I felt no guilt leaving Harald's thralls to drain the vessel as I walked onto the land that was more my home than any other. We'd landed at Stormness, the point of land that jutted into the strait, on which one could see across to Skarland on a clear day. The beach was narrow and rocky.
I'm going to leave it with the 29 seconds because I don't want you to be spoiled if you haven't read the first book. Now I got to put myself back at 7. There we go.
Chapter 7.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
This was
Anyway, I'm loving his voice. So I have gotten a itty bitty bit of reading done since the last time I talked to you. But nothing, not a lot. Not a lot. Hopefully by weekend we'll have more reading involved. And say hi, Sassy. Hi, Sassy. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update before I forgot. I can't remember much that was going on. I think I talked to you guys about it already. Like, I got excited about the dragon. Yeah. And I'm only 6 chapters into the 2nd book, and I can't tell you much about the 2nd book because you need to read the 1st book, and I don't want to give anything away. But basically, no, I'm enjoying. Not a lot has happened yet, but I'm enjoying. Alright, so I just really need to get back into the Dawn of Onyx. I don't know why it's so hard for me. I was enjoying it when I was reading it, but getting back to it is... I don't understand it myself, so... Yeah, I just need to force myself, I guess. Maybe I'll read some tonight before I go to bed. But at the moment, I am watching BookTube while hanging up clothes because I feel good right now. And I wasn't feeling very good for the last few days. First, it was my body pain. basically was just chilling in bed and working. And then the last 2 days, bad headache. Bad headache. I took probably way too much meds, but I finally got this to it's just slightly there now. I can function through it, but woo, I was getting worried I was going to hit migraine status again, so I'm glad I didn't. All right, so I probably will get back to you tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely want to get some reading done. And I'm going to work in my library tomorrow. I'm trying to reorganize, so I might film a little bit of that for you. I have no idea how long this vlog's going to be because I'm doing it for the whole month. We'll see. Anyway, ciao. I know I'm a dork. I'm putting dystopian under fantasy because I know I don't have that many. Okay. Okay, it's getting warm up here, so it's time to call it quits for today. Maybe come back up in the evening, we'll see. But so I only had those shelves have been gone through. Now that shelf is full. These are all fantasy. I think I'm gonna have to go over more to here because those are thriller, mystery, horror, those 2 shelves, and I think they're gonna have to go onto that shelf too. And then down there is middle grade fantasy. So yeah, and I was able to empty that shelf. Oh, and I already scanned those 2 in, but I'm just keeping them as is because this is my Harry Potter shelf. And then this is my Anne Rice shelf. This is going to get moved because, you know, Anne Rice is not a Greek myths and such. But anyway, so those are staying the way they are. Maybe. And this probably is going to have to be redone because I have more of her books. So she probably will take 2 shelves. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm just trying to get them all scanned and put into, what do you call it? Genres. Sorry, that took me a minute. Anyway, that's it for today on the library. Good morning. It is Monday, the 11th of August. I am finally free from a migraine. I was fighting it for 5 days. I'm working. I decided that I cannot listen to A Curse Carved in Bone when I'm being like if I have to focus on something, because I don't hear what I like. It's not a book that you can just like have in the background. You have to listen and take it all in. So it's gonna be one of those books that like I'll be laying down on the couch or curled up in bed and listening to that audiobook. So I started Beautiful Ugly. I've had that from Libby for a few days now, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna start it or not. The only reason why I'm doing it is because it's been on my Libby holds for a while. So yeah, I'm not sticking to my TBR at the moment. Oops. And I have, oh, what is it called? Night of the Moth, or what is it called? Yeah, The Night of the Moth. I just got that this morning. So that will be my next listen to after Beautiful Ugly. Beautiful Ugly is by Alice Feeney, and it's about, I'm only an hour and 8 minutes in, so it says 12%. Sorry, you getting blinded by this, the window behind me. So far it started with this author waiting to hear from his publisher, yeah, to see if his book made it to New York's Best 100 or whatever. And his wife was on her way home from work. She's an investigative journalist, and he was like, he's really like in his head, like he doesn't really like people. He doesn't go anywhere. He's very secluded. He likes to be on his own. And he's got a dog, basically, as a companion. But the only other person he wants to share his life with is his wife. And she was supposed to be there when he was getting the call, but it's raining. She left work late, blah, blah, blah. And so while they're on the phone and they're driving, well, she's driving, she slammed on her brakes, and I guess there's a lady on the road, laying on the road, and he's like, don't get out, just call the police. And she's like, what if it was me? So she gets out, and then the next thing, it's like he's waiting, like she left her phone in the car even though she didn't hang up. And then he hears heavy breathing, so he jumps in his car and drives because she was close to home, and the car's there, still running with the lights on. Nobody in the road. Wife is nowhere to be found. A creepy doll is sitting in the car. And then we go to a year ahead, and she's still nowhere to be found, and the police have decided they're not going to keep looking, but she can't be legally found dead unless it's been 7 years or whatever. So he's a miserable mess. He can't eat, he can't sleep, he's lost everything because he can't write. So he lost their house, had to sell all their furniture just to, you know, have money to eat and all that. And he's in like a really rundown hotel, and his publisher, I don't know if it's the publisher or the editor, I don't remember, offered him to go stay at a cabin that she inherited in a secluded island. Well, it's like, it's a small island that only a few people are on, like 100 people. No, I think they said like 75 people or something like that. So he's got the quiet and all that, and maybe he can write again. So that's where I'm at. there's some things that I'm just like not digging about it so far. One, there's only one narrator and he does not know how to do women's voices. And so far we've had all women that he's talked to. So it's kind of driving me insane. I don't know. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but I'll let you know. And also he thinks he saw his wife, but he's also like, I haven't slept in like a year, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm just, you know, in my head. I have a feeling this is going to be like that movie Double Jeopardy, which I do believe was a book first, where her husband faked his murder and she got framed for it, and he was actually alive. He just changed his identity and blah, blah, blah. And then because she was already tried and did her time, she goes after him and they can't do anything about it because she's already served her time for murder for this man. So anyways, if you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. It's very good. Anyways, that's what the vibe is to me right now. Like kind of Secret Window meets Double Jeopardy. I don't know. We'll see. I need to get back to work and I'm already hot, so I've got the fan on. So if you hear that, I'm very sorry, but I would be dying if I didn't have the fan on. I will check in with you later when I have more thoughts. Hello, it's still Monday. Still working. I paused on Beautiful Ugly a little bit. I'm like an hour and a half in. I'm struggling with the narrator, but my friend that I buddy read with, Kim, she's read this book and she said she was going back and forth with it when she was reading it, but then she ended up liking it. So I'm gonna keep pushing through and we'll see if I stick with it. She said it wasn't like a 5-star or anything, but she enjoyed it. Also, we're both struggling with Cursed Carved in Bone. I just don't feel like I'm in the mood for, well, I mean, I enjoy the book, but at the same time it's like I have to actually sit down and pay attention. I want something easy. So I let her pick this time, and I guess we're gonna give Water Moon a try. I was able to get audio for that like immediately, so yeah, we're gonna go with that. And if that ends up being one that we struggle with, we'll go to Crimson Moth, which is one I've been really wanting to read. But she's very easygoing, so I'm glad it's like, we're not giving up on the book. We're just putting it down for a little bit, pausing, and we will get back to it when we're ready. Anyways, back to work. Hi y'all, it's been a few days. I basically went right to sleep after work on Tuesday, and then slept all day yesterday. I did read one chapter of my Joanne Fluke book, Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, something like that. I've had that going since January. I just pick it up when I can't seem to delve into anything else. I think I'm in a fantasy slump. So I'm trying to pick up the other books on my list, as well as stuff I already started prior. We'll see. This is definitely not a month where I am sticking to my TBR. It happens though. I'm still reading, so that's good. So I'm listening to Beautiful Ugly again. he just got inside the house. This house sounds gorgeous. Like, can I get a invite? I want to stay there just for the views alone. Like, it's on top of a mountain. It's on top of a cliff, I guess. And it's 360 windows, so all you see is the ocean. It might be a little terrifying, but also beautiful. So I'm loving that. What he's describing, I'm loving. So yeah, I'll let you know if I pick up anything else. I haven't even picked up my manga. So yeah. Wah, wah. We'll see what happens. Mood reading. It's not always fun. Well, it's been a while. I've been really bad about updating. I've also been having health issues. I'm getting frequent migraines and then just really bad headaches that you think it might become a migraine. Today I just have a little headache right now. Hopefully it stays that way or goes away and doesn't become worse. But that puts a little damper in my reading. Ooh. I don't remember what I updated on last. I know I've finished I Am a Cat Barista, which was super cute. I only gave it about 3.5 stars because there was a couple of chapters I was like, eh. But for the most part, I thought it was really cute, and I'm glad I have the second one so I can read that later. Finished Beautiful Ugly. I don't know if I told you that. It was really good. I gave it 4. I started listening to A Dawn of Onyx on audio because my Libby got returned and I can't get it back for a while. So I was like, well, let me just go and get the audiobook from Spotify. So that's what I did. I haven't gotten that far. I think I'm on like chapter 8, but I'm loving it. And then my Libby came through with Rose and Chains. And from the first chapter, I was hooked. And I'm going to keep reading it, but I only have 12 days left. So if I don't finish it before then, I will again go to Spotify to finish the audiobook. I only get 11 hours of audiobook from Spotify a month. So I always have to, like, if I'm going to do it over there, I have to read some chapters before I listen to the audio. So that works. I'm loving Rose and Chains so much I bought it. So this is the book. Sorry, the lighting's probably sucky. And it has sprayed edges. Let me try to tell you a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to read. I'm just going to read you a little snippet. The war is over. The dark forces have won. And the hero who was supposed to save them is dead. The prophecy lied. They were supposed to win this war. Instead, I think they call her Brianni. In my head, she's just Brie because I don't know how to say her name. Bronny Rosewood watches shattered and grief. Wait. They were supposed to win this war. Instead, Brianni Rosewood watches shattered and grief-stricken as her brother is killed, her kingdom falls, and her home is overrun by their enemy. So basically, there's 2 different kinds of a magic system. There's, I think, the mind magic and heart magic. One has a little bit, well, they both have good points and bad points. And I guess if you get married and there's the two different magic systems, binding yourself in marriage will heighten your magic, I guess. And if you're willing to let them pull your heartstring or something, they can become even more powerful. Well, the mind magic people are the one that have won the war so far. And then I think it's the heart magic. I could be wrong. I forget what Brawny's magic system is, because she's got a little extra than what everybody knows. This is in a world where women do not get to be queen. It's always a male king and his first male heir, that kind of thing. Women are basically back in the day type bullshit, where it's you can have an education but don't outshine your brothers or whatever. So we go back and forth from present, where she just saw everything go to crap, and now they're trying to they're what is it called? When they're, I'm like, is it infiltrate? Infiltrate? Basically, the bad guys are taking over the castle, killing people, grabbing them to have them as prisoners, all of that. And what they want to do with all the women is auction them off so their magic can be drained for that man to be more powerful. Now, Brawny always thought, you know, she doesn't have the fight in her. She doesn't do this, that, or whatever like her brother could. But she finds when it's time to survive, there's more in her than she ever imagined. So she's a little feisty fighter. The women around her are also pretty much like, you are our last heir and we will stand with you and follow you, blah, blah, blah. So there's violence, and I mean like descriptive violence in this. It's definitely either new adult or adult. I don't know how it's classified, but there's, I say 18 and up should be reading this, but I'm sure younger ones are reading it because today's teenagers are way more adult than they should be. But I'm loving it. I'm loving every instance of this. I think this is one of the books that was originally a Hermione and Draco fan fiction, and then it got picked up, and then she had to rewrite it with these characters instead. But I could be wrong. I think that's what people have been saying about this, but I haven't read fan fiction. Oh, I don't even know the last time I read fan fiction. It was a long time ago. So when it was the Harry Potter stuff, I was never into... I did read fan fiction back then, but it was more like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC fan fiction. Not Harry Potter. Anyway, I don't even picture these two as those characters. Like, so if it was once that, I would never have known if I didn't watch other YouTubers talking about it. It's very good. And I'm really enjoying A Dawn of Onyx. Like, the both are so good. I'm like, oh my god, do I read or do I listen? It's like, ah. Anyway, Just wanted to catch you up on what's going on. Oh, today is August 23rd. It's a Saturday. I'm having a lot of pain on my left side, so I'm not doing what I wanted to do for the weekend. I'm happy my headaches are not as bad because they were really bad. It was really bad the last 2 days. So I didn't get a lot done or read or anything like that. So, yeah. So that's it. That's all I'm going to update you with, but I'm super excited to be reading these books. I also brought out a coloring book. It's one of those that it's black and white and you fill in the white part. We'll see if I get to it. My hands hurt really bad today, arthritis, so we'll see. At the moment, though, it's gone to... I'm watching some booktube. Rachel Catherine. I think this is like a 2-year-old video though because I'm that far behind. But anyway, that's what's going on so far today. If I get further into either of these books, I will update you. Catch you later. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 25th of August. I did not read anything yesterday. I just did not feel well. I'm just going through it right now, apparently. Oh, my mama made this out of scrap yarn. It's a lap blanket. Mr. Tobes, can you not? He licks the walls and it drives me nuts. Sorry for the motion sickness of the camera there. Give you a little Toba. Yeah. I am listening to the audiobook of A Dawn of Onyx. I'm on chapter 9. Excuse my throat. I'm still loving it, and something happened that I was kind of like, wondering about, and I was right. So that was kind of interesting. I am enjoying what's going on. I'm actually thinking about buying the 3rd book already. Like, I have the 2nd book, and I'm like, I'm loving this. I think I might need to buy the trilogy. Anyways, I don't want to tell you too much what's going on because it's spoilery, but I'm enjoying getting to know... What are you trying... No! That's not for you. You dropped that. You can't have a mint. He tries to steal my pens too. Anyways, waiting for a report to come through. So I thought I would... stop it! My little brat. Waiting for a report to come through, so I figured I'd update you since I haven't updated you within 24 hours. Yeah, I think I'm not going to be able to finish this book or Rose in Chains before August is over, but we'll see. I'm going away on the 30th. So yeah, I probably will update you in the next couple of days and then close this out. But yeah, other than that, I'm not mad about my reading month. I mean, I've only finished 3 so far, but I found 2 books that I think are going to be 5 stars. So I'm okay. And if I don't finish them in August, who cares? I'm enjoying the books. So yeah, I will check in with you in a while and if I have any new thoughts on A Dawn of Onyx. If not, we'll probably talk tomorrow. Good morning. Today is Wednesday. I don't even know what date. I think it's the 27th. Yes, the 27th. I stayed up till 12:30 last night reading Rose in Chains. This book is so good, disturbing, but good. And I can't even tell you what's going on because it'd be such spoilers. But wow, I'm like, I haven't had a book where I actually not listen, what am I trying to say? Can't stop thinking about the characters and what's happening in a very long time. Like, I went to bed thinking about it, woke up thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm doing nothing but reading. I am going to finish this today. I am at 70 something percent. I didn't open it yet. Let's see. Come on. $77%. Let's see if it will show you. And I think I was wrong when I said this was a Hermione and Draco fanfic change. I think it's a different book that's coming out. I'm already blanking on the name of that book, but I think I got confused by it. Like, so there's like 2 books I think coming out that used to be fan fictions of those 2 characters from Harry Potter that I got confused. I don't think this one was one of those. Anyway, I'm so pissed off that I did not pay attention to the fact that this is not a standalone. This is a trilogy, and there's no date for the second book. And this whole book, basically from like a third in, has been nonstop. Oh my god. What's gonna happen? Oh my god, I need to know what's going on. Like, I need to know the answers to this and this and this. Blah, blah. You know, like, I'm constantly like, I gotta keep reading so I can find out more and more and more. And I'm like, shit. Crap. I'm gonna have to wait for the next book. I rarely ever read a book that hasn't have most of the series out or the whole, like, it's complete, because I don't like waiting. I am not a patient woman. I'm having horrible craziness going on over the Fourth Wing books. Like, I need the next book. But now I'm gonna have 2 series where I'm feeling this way. So I told my buddy reader, Kim, I talked her into buying the book. I also got her to buy the first 2 in A Dawn of Onyx, the Sacred Stone series. So she's going to start reading A Dawn of Onyx as soon as it arrives. Because that is so good too. So good. Can I just say that I'm stupid for reading these 2 books at the same time though? Because I'll jump from one to the other and then I'm like, wait, what's going on in this book? It's really hard to read 2 fantasies at the same time. But I usually can remember enough. So anyways, loving both books. I'm going to finish both books today. It's my day off. I have no plans. Sorry. Bacon. Went to breakfast and I have bacon in my teeth. So yeah, that's my plan for the day. I'm going to finish these 2 books. And I thought I wouldn't get them done this month. They're going to get done. They're too good. And I'm like so close to being done with this one. So, yeah. And there's things like, I found out things in this book where I'm like, what? And I just know we're going to be left on a cliffhanger. So I'm going to be jumping right into the next book. after that. There will be, oh yeah, I don't plan on doing a TBR for the rest of the year. I have reading vlogs in mind, like themed reading vlogs in mind for the rest of the year, so I'm not going to do a TBR. But I will start that again in January. We know that half the time I only get 2 books off my TBR that I actually read, because I get distracted and see pretty shiny things over there, and I'm like, ooh, let me read that. So it's not like my TBRs are actually read half the time. Anywho, I'm going to jump right into Rose and Chains. I will be back when I finish it. And either I'll be crying, screaming, or who knows what. Because I know that I'm going to have to wait for the next book. Why? Okay. So I want everybody to read Rose and Chains. Oh, wait. Please check content warnings. There's, I don't know if I can say this word on, well, I'm not monetized, so I think I can say it. There's rape a lot in here. Women are treated basically like they have no rights. They have no say. Well, the Everson women. It disgusts me. Like, I get nauseous. Well, I've been getting nauseous anyways, but you know what I mean. Like, I really am disgusted with how most of the men treat the Everson women. I mean, they auction off women. They share them. It's just, and they love to humiliate them. It's disgusting what they're doing. But there's some strong women that I see that there's going to be a uprising. I don't think it's going to happen in this book, but I see where we're going. So I look forward to that. And there's also more to find out. Like, we're getting itty bitty bits of information where you go, could this be this, or that? You know what I mean? Like, Julie Sato, I think it's Sato, S-O-T-O, Sato. She knows how to get you gripped and hanging on to every word on the page to find out what's going to happen. I mean, she's got me in a grip, man. So I'm very excited that I am reading 2 books that have me so excited to keep reading. Usually it takes me weeks, months to get through a book because they don't grab me enough to want to keep reading until it's over. So I'm having a great time. I'm having a really great time. All right, I want to read, so I'll check in with you later. Wow, I finished Rose and Chains. So good. I gave it 5 stars. I mean, there's so much in this book, and the magic system is very interesting. I actually care about so many of the characters. So many. Oh, there's so much I want to say, but I can't because it would spoil it. Just know, this is a really good book. And yeah, it sucks that I'm going to have to sit here probably for a year or so till I get to read the next book. But it was so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Well done, Julie Sato. Well done. I have 2 of her other books, but they're romances. They're not fantasy. So I'm gonna have to like read some more of her books. She's good. I think I'm gonna go out to lunch. I think it's like almost 1. And my room is a sauna. Yes, in Florida, mid-September, we still have 90-some degrees weather with high humidity. And yes, we have central air, but the heat sometimes, it's stronger than the air conditioning. So I need to get out of this sauna of a room. My room never gets enough air conditioning for some reason. And then go out to eat. Might stop at the bookstore. Do I need more books? No. But I still want more. But no, I'm gonna come back after lunch and hopefully finish A Dawn of Onyx, because I think that's gonna be a 5-star as well. It's a good reading month. Alright. I can't believe I finished it. It was so good. If you've read it, find me on Instagram. Ames loves all the things. I'll have it in the description. Direct message me. We need to talk. We need to talk. I need to talk to somebody. Anyways, I'll check in later and let you know how A Dawn of Onyx is going.
I have no idea, Mari said, for the first time since I'd known her. Maybe in her life. She ran an idle finger through her curls and went back to her dinner. 25. I knew.
Woo, I look worse for wear, don't I? Finished it. Finished it. Oh man. 5 stars. Like I said, 5 stars. There were things I was like, I wonder if this is what's happening. And I was right. There was a lot of surprises for me, but the things I was right about, I was like, yes. I'm definitely gonna start the next one, A Promise of Peridot? Promise in Peridot? I don't know. Something like that. Yeah. Again, I'm not good at telling you my thoughts on books because I'm terrified of giving spoilers. So I don't know what to say other than I love the characters, and the ones I hated, I definitely hated. And when a book can pull out different emotions from me, I'm like, good book. Now, I didn't sit around and go, I can't stop thinking about this. I can't stop thinking about it. That was Rose in Chains. That one, I was like, I can't stop thinking about it, or these characters, or what's going on. I need to find out what's going to happen next. Not to say that this wasn't as good. It was just different. I cared about the characters. Craziness happening in there. We went through a whole battle and it was making me anxious and all of that. I can't wait to figure out what the hell's gonna happen next. Yeah, it was good. It was good. And I'm pretty sure I told you all about what this was in the beginning. Pretty sure I told you, like, she's a healer, doesn't understand her powers of healing, how she became a healer, because her family doesn't have any abilities and all that kind of stuff. And Then she got captured, and to save her family, she agreed to go with them as long as they would leave her family alone and all this stuff. And a lot of brutal things happened to her and others, but a lot of great stuff was happening as well, you know? There's some really awesome characters. So, loved it. I'm going to begin the next book tomorrow. I'm going to give myself a break for the night because I do believe, let's see. Yeah, it's 5:45. I spent most of my, I don't see if you can, really? Come on, turn on. If you can see the date and time. I've been spending my whole day doing this pretty much, so time to give my eyes, my mind a break. And tomorrow I will start the next one. Now, the point of this reading vlog was, can this mood reader stick to her TBR? Not really. This was part of my TBR. And I think the other one that I actually read that was on my TBR was the manga, I Am a Cat Barista. Everything else was me going off of mood, going with what I was getting from Libby that came available. So, no, I really don't stick to my TBR. But sometimes it's nice to have options already laid out. Because sometimes being a mood reader and looking at all the books I have gives me decision fatigue, and having like 4 to 5 options to look at to go, which one of these do I want to read right now? It helps. So I don't remember how many I think I did 6 this time, and I only read and finished 2. I started a few of them, put them on pause. So we'll see if I finish any of them anytime soon, but let me know if you like having a monthly reading vlog more than a reading wrap-up. If you'd want to see more of, like, if you want the monthly reading vlogs, if you wanted something extra, like anything that you think I could do to make it more interesting, let me know. You know me though. The less complicated, the better for me. Like, I went through a lot this month. Multiple migraines. A lot of chronic pain that was like flaring up on me. Stomach issues. I still am not eating like I should because I'm constantly feeling nauseous. So, I'm not that vlogger who's going to be taking you out and about and showing you like fun things going on in life, because most of my life, unfortunately, is in bed, in a chair, on a couch. But at least I have books to keep me company. Alrighty, I think that's gonna be the wrap up. I will not be doing a monthly vlog for September, but if you want one in October, let me know. I'm going to be doing like a weekend reading vlog thing. And I have some other ideas, so keep an eye out for that. And thank you for giving me some of your time. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you have read any of these books and you want to chit chat about them, talk to me in the comments. Spoiler free, of course, for those who haven't read. But if you want to talk and there's spoilers involved, reach out to me on Instagram. I would be so very happy to chit chat with you about these books that I read and devoured. Alrighty, thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.